out of it. Shanti mantra. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namo Namaha. Welcome all. It's the third visit to Purna Pramati Vidyapita. This time the topic I will be talking about is discover genius in you to become free. Jiva and bija are synonyms. Jiva means the soul. Bija means a seed. In Bhagavad Gita it talks about bijamma sarvabhutanam vidhi partha sanathanam. The bija, everyone is like a seed. Jiva is like a seed. I may be having a tons of seed at home. If I do not plant the seeds in the soil, the seed, one seed will be utilized, becomes only one seed. If I plant a seed, if it sprouts out, it becomes a big tree. It itself will give many seeds. When the tree becomes so big, it will give shelter to so many birds. And so many people will take a shelter under the tree who are scorched in the heat of life. In the hot day, they will come and stay under the tree. It's so hot, I am feeling so good here. The tree, a seed, has to become a big tree. How the seed will become a tree? The seed at home, if you have a seed, you have to soak the seed in water. It has to be in contact with the moisture. It has to get soaked, and it should get soaked and it gets bloated. When it gets bloated, there is an inner urge in the seed, I want to come out. The seed, the dry seed by itself, there is no urge. But when it is soaked, there is an urge within the seed, I want to, it has bloated, I want to come out. Now, the seed has sprouted, not only sprouted, it has to be put in the soil. The seed is called as the anna. It is made up of anna. That earth also is called as anna. The property of the seed must match the property of the soil. If the seed property and soil property doesn't match, the best in that seed, it won't grow into its full potential. Many trees are there, people say, this tree is not giving any fruits. It is not growing high. Maybe soil is not good. But the same parent seed, other seed, when we planted in the other places, it's coming out well. The property, the seed has to be, one is the moisture, second is soil. So is in us. So many, world has a population of nearly 8 billion people. Very few people are having an urge in us to come out. Most of us, we are happy where we are. We are so bogged down in our day-to-day chores, morning till the evening. So busy, and last week somebody asked how to find balance in my life. I have to do this one, I have to do this one, I have to do this one. I am so engrossed in daily chores, there is no urge in me to come out. the seed has not been soaked well to begin with. The second one, the seed, when I have intense urge, I have to grow, I have to become a big tree, I need to find the right environment. Right environment, like the seed's property and soil's property should match my property and where I am working at. For example, I am working in Purna Pramati. My quality, my aspirations and Purna Pramati's aspirations must align. When I have an urge, I should have a freedom to grow. If the Purna Pramati tells me every day, it's 8:30, you are 2 minutes late, you are 1 minute late. If they start micromanaging you, why are you sitting here? Why did you go to toilet twice a day? And if they are keeping every micromanaging you, your potential goes down. There is no freedom. They are seeing micromanaging everything. I want to grow, but so much of do's and don'ts, it is not letting me to prosper. This environment is not a right environment for me. Though I have an urge, so I start looking for a right environment where I can grow. I can grow, inner blossoming happens. So that inner blossoming happens in me. That potential is there. That my individual goal must align with organization goal. Organization Purna Pramati's goal and my goal must align. If they do not align together, Purna Pramati is expecting this one, but my goal is to become something, there is a mismatch. I may be working here, I may be correctly coming here every day at 8:30 and going out at 5 o'clock. Physically I am here, but mentally I am not here. Mentally I am there somewhere else. You have to be not only physically here, you have to be mentally engaged. That alignment must happen. The alignment, and when the alignment happens, inner unfoldment happens. Like the seed is becoming big into a big tree, the purpose of life, we have to unfold ourselves. The many flowers are like a small bud. They wither out without unfolding. Some flowers opens up a little and die. Some flowers opens up fully and die. We, in our life, we must make sure that we are not dying like a flower bud. We should unfold ourselves. We should unfold. When we are unfolding, the fragrance of the flower spreads everywhere. But bees from far and away come there uninvited to draw the nectar. Our personality must blossom like that, so that we are of inspiration for others. We should not be like a flower bud. And many people, they say there is no opportunity to grow. There is no opportunity to grow when the intense longing is there within. The providence will make a platform for you. When there is an intense longing, I must do. When the intense longing is there, platform is created. The reason I am not finding a platform, there is no intense longing is there. And many people, they say, I am leading a balanced life. Balanced life means I am compromising myself. Compromising myself when I make a compromise in my values, best in me doesn't come out. Because of foreign invasion like Mughals, Britishers, for centuries we have been conditioned to make compromise. Chalta hai. Just adjust and go. Adjust and go. That compromise mentality has led to this situation that somehow will drag along. Dragging along is not the purpose of life. We have to be creative. The creative, when you are very creative, your new ideas will come, your product value will go up. If you are not creative, you are just following like others. I am following others. Mind is not creative. You are just following others. Your product value goes down. Like many products in India, they are of me too. That product is there, I am also producing one product. When you are copying another product and following, the product value comes down, you can't expect a premium price. If you want to expect a premium price, you have to be creative. You have to be creative by becoming original, not copying others. Like a company like Siemens, for example, it's about 175-year-old company. Still, it is a market leader. How? Because of their creative. They are very creative. And Google, Microsoft, Apple, they are demanding the premium price for their product because they are very creative. They are staying ahead of the competition. If you are saying, I don't want to be creative, I will do whatever Purna Pramati says. Whatever the management says, I will do. That means you are just doing a job. You are not creative. You are not getting a premium price for your product. You have a very special product in you. You are wasting the product. You have to sell your product at the premium price. You sell your product at the premium price, become original, become creative. And this Purna Pramati is not just a bricks and mortar. It's not a cement sheet. It is much beyond that one. People recognize Purna Pramati because of its creative teachers. The students will say, I want to go to Purna Pramati because I like the teacher. Because I like the teacher, many of us, we still remember our old teacher. Many professors, college professors, we don't remember. Some highly motivated teacher, we still remember. Maybe 30 years, 40 years back, we were in contact. They touched our heart. The creative teacher makes a difference to the Purna Pramati. Your purpose of life is not for working for Purna Pramati. Your purpose of life is to become creative, and when you are creative, if you find a platform where you are expressing yourself, that organization will flourish. If you are highly creative, Purna Pramati becomes unstoppable. When the creative teachers are there, 800,000 students, they become genius. They will become a life force for the country. Not only the country, whole world. They can infuse energy into the whole world. The whole world, the starting point for that, it lies in you. For being a creative, you should not plan for a day. If you are just planning, how to manage my life, balancing. If you are planning for just one day, plan your lunch. What should be sambar, what should be rasam, what is palya, what is payasam. Plan for the day. If you are planning, only think about your lunch. If you are planning for a season, think of what crop I can grow in my field. If you are planning for a decade, think of the tree, jackfruit tree, mango tree, or other tree. It will last for decades. If you are planning for generations, how my presence, even after I go, I continue to live. You want to, how I can continue to live, you have to plan for the generation. You have to plan for the generation. So, inspire yourself to inspire others. You have to inspire yourself. Otherwise, the moment you are gone, you are on a small shelf life. Your shelf life is very short. You don't know when your shelf life will end and expire. The moment you die, maybe for 2 days they will put your photo on the wall. After 2 days they will put your photo in the rubbish bin. You are gone. If you want to live beyond your time, lead an inspired life. Be creative, be original and inspired life. Be creative so that generations to come will get inspired. And before you can touch others' heart, you have to touch your own heart. You have to, before you inspire others, you have to inspire yourself. Like if you are servicing a car, every 6 months, 1 year, they service the car, they tune the engine against the ideal manufacturer's recommendation so that engine is working well, instrument is calibrated regularly. So is our mind must be calibrated regularly against the ideal called as God. Perfect, complete. Every day practice, every day do sadhana. Every day sadhana, perfection. Think of that one and keep your mind fresh, creative. When the mind is creative, mind is fresh, it becomes creative. Creative mind expands. In the expanded mind, creative mind, new ideas comes, it will keep you ahead of the competition. When you are not creative, the organization also will think, this person requires motivation. All the time we had to push and there is no motivation. So when you are creative, even your employer, even your family members, even your children, even your neighbor, even your society, even your country, even the whole world will be inspired by you. Be creative to stay ahead of the competition. When you are creative, you become genius. You become a genius. Henry Ford, the 38th American president, as a child, his father was a businessman also. He wanted his son Henry, he wanted Henry to have a hands-on experience, not to be only fed in a golden spoon. He asked him to go and learn the life skills. He went out. He decided to work in a dairy farm. He worked for 6 months and he came back. His father asked, what did you learn in 6 months? He said, I worked in a dairy farm. Father asked, what was the lesson? He said, my lesson working for a dairy farm, irrespective of the source of the milk, doesn't matter which cow it comes, morning milking or evening milking, irrespective of the source of the milk, cream always comes at the top. That is what I learned. Father said, you learned the lesson. You learned the lesson for your life, and here the cream of our personality. Cream of our personality can change the fate of the organization and fate of the generations to come. A genius in us, hidden within, must come out. Such a cream in us makes a difference. Become a genius. In Shastra, that is called as moksha. Moksha is nothing but you become genius, become extraordinary, come out of your ordinary. Not to think that you are ordinary, extraordinary must come out. That is moksha. That is the path, royal path, treaded by sages, rishis, great achievers. There is a genius in you, it must come out and become a great value for the whole world, and world is looking for you.